So I walk into this it's a little pizzeria. I would later learn was actually a Jewish pizzeria.
All right.
And there was
There
was just this man in the back of the pizzeria. It was a very narrow where on the left side you had the counter where they were serving the pizza. On the left side there was one row of tables to sit. And down this long narrow pathway was one man staring at his phone and looking up at the door, which was Minash. And he's like, "You're here for the Nintendo Enthusiast meetup?" I was like, "Yes, I am." So he's like, "Follow me to the basement." I was like, "Oh shit, there's a basement to this place." The sketchiest basement. I go down there. It is dimly lit. There are empty chairs and tables everywhere. It is empty. It's a big open room that's just empty, dimly lit. He's like, "Just wait here." And he leaves me alone. So I'm like, what have I got myself into? At this time, I'm just not used to this sort of stuff. And he comes back and he's like, "All right, so picture this, a dimly lit room. This man is who I don't know is sitting across from me, hands on the table, and he leans in deep. He's like, "All right, I got in touch with Nintendo and we're going to make a Nintendo convention." I was like, "All right."
Oh, okay.
I'm like, "All right, I'm down detail." I'm like, "Okay, so when are we doing this?" He's like, "In 2 months." I was like, "Okay, what have you started?" He's like, "This is the start." I was like, "Oh no."
Okay.
So I said, "All right, have you ever done any logistics or who's your finance guy?" He's like, "Well, that's what I'm looking for right now." So all these questions are like, "All right, I'm going to help you." So that's how I met Minash, who would later eventually hire me. This was in 2014, and I wouldn't be hired full-time into Enthusiast Gaming until 2016.
Wow.
But on the side, this was my entry point into gaming because I started by helping out Nintendo Enthusiasts where at that time it was a blog and I was helping out with a little bit of the content, but I was really passionate about video at the time. And I started a little video series called Indie Corner, which was highlighting all of the indie games on the Wii U at the time.
Nice.
Because at the time, everybody's like, Wii U has no games.
Right.
And I was like, I gotta represent Nintendo here. So I'm like, you got all these indie games. And at the time, indie games were not talked about. It wasn't the scene that it is today.
Right.
So that I did that. And meanwhile, Minash was starting to raise money and growing this concept of enthusiast gaming and building more websites and starting the foundations for what that Nintendo convention would eventually be named the Enthusiast Gaming Live. That's it. There was no expo at the time. It was just Enthusiast Gaming Live, which was the event, the bringing people together.
Right.
And that event took place the following year in 2015. And again, it was ridiculous because it was planned and executed in 6 weeks.
6
Wow.
weeks.
But it was a success. The first EGL we drew.
Was the planning all done in the basement of the pizzeria?
No, we actually never reconvened in that pizzeria.
We never went back. We never went back.
I went back to the pizzeria, but never the basement.
Oh.
So I don't even know if it's still there.